Okay, we'll discuss new technologies also. If anyone wants to, if anyone working on a new project, we'll discuss that too, right? If you are working on a program, right? We'll discuss that too. We will see various programs like how to generate OTP, right? How to generate OTP. It's an favorite example of Infotech exam. How to generate OTP. Yeah, how to generate OTP, how to generate password, how to make a calculator. We'll do Visual Basics and all and all and all. Everything, like most of the, not everything, most of the things. So if you guys still like this idea, I asked. There is one guy in the main kite, Naveen. Okay, so he asked me that can he make the group. So I tell him yes. Share the WhatsApp group link to everyone in the main kite and kite moments also, so that whoever are interested, I'm not forcing anyone. Okay, I'm not forcing anyone. Whoever wants to come are welcome. Okay, I'm not forcing anyone. So it will be great. We will have fun. Okay, in that class we'll practice campus recruitment too. We'll do aptitude test and many more. Okay, so it will be great if I see attendance over there. Not it's not like I'm taking your attendance in non-college hours. It's just for fun. Okay, for doubt session and all. So if you guys like it, please join us. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. And there is one thing, and there is one thing also that yesterday's problem was incomplete, right? Yesterday's problem was incomplete. I guess I showed you the output, right? I just showed you the output, but depending on that output, I didn't what do you say? I didn't explain that program, right? So yeah, thank you for appreciating that idea. We'll learn more. Thank you, Sita. Thank you, Shalanga. So yesterday's problem was incomplete. Okay, so I want like if it's possible, we'll do after college hour. Okay, we'll complete that program after college hours. So I'll ask. I have Sita's number, right? I have Sita's number and Shravanti's number too. I'll share one Google Meet link and we will complete that program in within 5 minutes. Okay, I won't take much of your time. Okay, because after this class I have a meeting, so I need to attend that. But after that, it will just take me 5 minutes to explain that program. I won't take much of your time. It will be really appreciable if you guys join me at that time. That's it. It's just for explaining that program, nothing much. Okay. So I'll come back to our today's topic. So our today's topic is accessing private members. Accessing private members and constructor in Java. Okay. So you already know what is private, right? Private modifier. I told you what are private modifier in previous classes, right? Private. If we declare any entity with private keyword, with private modifier, it will exist only in that class, right? So I'll explain you with the help of one whiteboard. Let me open a whiteboard. Okay. Sorry, my Chrome was got hanged. That's why I automatically got left. So now I'll open my whiteboard. Your entire screen and open it and share whiteboard now. I hope my screen is visible to you guys now with the whiteboard. Yeah. So let's say, is it? Okay. Thank you, Parvati. So let's say we have declared a class. Let's say we have declared a class. We have declared a class ASEC. ASEC means A section. We have declared a class A section now. I'll be opening this, right? And in that class, I'm declaring Parvati, Parvati a variable Parvati as a private variable. I'm declaring Parvati as private variable. Okay. So I didn't. Okay. An integer type variable. Okay. This is our class A section, and in that A section, I'm declaring an integer variable Parvati as private. Okay, and after declaring this, I'm performing some statements. Okay, performing some statements, and that after that I'll close this class. So this was happening in this class A section, right? So if I'm declaring this variable Parvati as private, so there's one property of this. So there's one property of this. This variable, whatever variable you declared as private, okay, whatever variable you declared as private, its life exists at point of declaration to the closing bracket. Okay. Its life only exists at the point of declaration. So sorry, from the point of declaration to the closing bracket. That's it. It is not accessible. This private variable is not accessible by any other class from any other package or the outside world. Okay. This private this private variable will accessible in this class A section only. That's it. This is the property of private modifier, right? So if I want to access it in some other upper class or in some other down class, it is not accessible. It will exist only in this. Right? So this is the concept of private modifier. This is the property of private modifier. But in Java, okay, but there is a but in Java. But in Java, we can access that private modifier with some new methods. Okay, some other properties. We can access that private member. There are many ways to access that private member. But today in this class, we are just learning one, which is setter and getter. Okay, setter getter method. Okay, we'll use this to access that private method. To understand this, how we access a private method, a private entity, we will use, we will understand this with the help of one simple program, right? So for that, I need your full attention on this screen of mine. Okay. So let's begin with our program. I will open my compiler now, and we'll go for new. Okay, new project. Mhm. Sorry, this compiler is not responding at all. I don't know what happened to my PC today. Nothing is responding at all. Okay, so we'll now create this and checkbox and then next, and we'll give something. What name should I use here? What name should I use? What name should I use? Name my class. Okay, Manas. We'll use Manas. Okay, we will use Manas. We'll name our project as Manas, and we'll name our package as Good KW. Good KW, and then finish. Let it get load. Then we'll get our new package file, a new class. Sorry, a new project with a new window. Okay, so this is our interface. Here we are with our package file good KW and project name as Manas. Right. So in this, I'll introduce one new class. In this, above the main class, I'll introduce one new class. They are okay. So I'll introduce one new class of class name as TEST test. Okay, and I'll open this curly brace, and inside that curly brace, I'll introduce two private variables, of two different types. First, I'll introduce one integer of private type integer. Um, let's say it as h. Okay, and one new private variable. Sorry, private modifier variable as, let's take it as string, right? And let's name it as name. This is our two what to say, two variables of private type, right? Two variables of private type. So you know the property of private, right? Except this class, except this class named test, right? Except this test, none of this class can access it. None of this class can access it. But in Java, we can use some new methods by which we can access the private data type too, private entities too. Private entities can be accessed with some new methods. So we'll now see with the help of setter and getter how can we access it. So for that we need to specify this private variable age and the private variable name as public. For that for that we can do what we can do is we can write public modifier with return type void. We don't want anything in return, and we'll just age set age as public in int, right? In int. Now this is our set age function. We'll open this bracket, and in that we will specify a memory location of public type to the variable age. See what was happening? There was private variable. This age was private first. This age variable was private first, but the help of with this statement, public void set age. we made this private variable age into public, right? So if we are declaring it as public, we need to declare it to the memory space also that this age is public. So with this keyword, we can point out the memory location of age variable is public now. We will understand this keyword and throw keyword then and the many other keyword we have in inheritance and all in the upcoming topics. So don't worry about that if you didn't get any point of this keyword. Okay, we have separate chapter in our syllabus about this. So if you are not getting in this anything about this, don't worry about that. We will study. Okay. For now, just know that. Just keep in mind that this keyword will tell the memory that the age variable is now public. Okay. And now we will do the same for name variable. So for that we will write public void state name, and in bracket we'll do string, right? It's a string variable. So string name and then curly brace. And again we'll do this dot name equals to name, right? So this is how we created, we converted a private variable into a public. So now we need to get value to this variables, right? Now we need to get value to this variable. So how we can get it? For that we will be using getter. For that we will be using getter. How? Just like public modifier, because this now we will declare this age as public, right? So we'll do public again. Public int. It is an integer type. Age is an integer type, right? So we'll write data type as int and get age in bracket. Sorry, there is nothing in bracket. It's empty parenthesis. Then we'll open curly brace, and in that we will return this value. We will return this value. Whatever value we have in this age, we will return this. Okay, and bracket is closed. We'll do the same. We'll do the same for name also. We'll do the same for name also. Okay, so get name and curly brace and open the curly brace now. Then will be written what were we having in this, right? This dot name. Whatever we having in this name variable will return this. So in this class test, what we did is we declared both private variables int and name. Age and name. We declared these two variable as private, right? Now we want this variable to be accessed by some other class. We want this private variable to access by some other class. So for that we need to convert it into public, right? So by this step we converted the private integer age into public integer age, right? Same happens with the name, right? Name variable, private private string name, we converted into public string name, right? And now we need to fill values in those. By this get age, by this get name, we are providing them value, right? And with this return function, whatever the value we are having in these variables will be returned to something. So now we need to write something to return, right? We need to write something to return. So in this main class, we will create an object. To pass the value to the get age and get name, right? We will pass the value to get age and get name. You guys are still with me, right? You guys are still with me. Okay, that's really great. Okay. So in this main method, we will be creating an object to pass values to get name and get age. So how to create an object? We are passing value to the age and name, right? Age and name. So age and name are present in the test class. Test class, right? Test class. So we need to create an object of test class. We need to create an object of the test class. So for that, we'll write test. We will write test and our object name. And our object name. Let's name our object as Popo. Okay. Popo is equals to new. We are declaring a new object, right? So that's why we'll write new and our class name again with close parenthesis and semicolon. Here we have created our new object. Enter. And now with the help of our object, we will pass values to eight, age and name, right? So with the help of set age, with the help of set age, we will you guys are 20, right? 20 now. We'll pass 20 and semicolon. And after that, we'll pass value to name also with the help of same object to the set name, right? Let's pass a name. Whose name should I pass? Whose name should I pass? Now, Hare Deva. Whose name should I pass? Anupama. Let's pass Anupama now. Let's pass Anupama. Right? So now we passed Anupama, both age and name, right? 20 and name. So now we need to check that we provided the values at this correct place or not. Yeah, we need to check that value has passed or not, right? Values are passed or not. For that purpose, we need output statement, right? If we need to check the values are passed or not, we use output statement. So for output, we will use SOUT, system out println, and in that, what we are doing is we are printing age equals to plus. For println, we use plus, right? Plus our class name, sorry, our object name dot get age. Use that. What happened? Yeah, yes, you are right, Shravanti. You are definitely right. Popo dot get age and with close parenthesis. With close parenthesis. I'll explain what happening here. For now, just focus on this program. Okay, SOUT again system output println, and now we are passing name, right? Now name equals to plus sign now plus Popo dot set name. Sorry, get name with close parenthesis. So now here we are completed our program, and let's run this if we are right or not. If we are right or not, let's run this program. Let's check that this thing that what we have passed over here. We have passed age and this name, right? String. Let's see if we are right or not. You can say it's running, right? You can see it's compiling. Just a second, guys. Sorry for that. Sorry for the interference. In, so you can see in the output, whatever the value we passed, 20 and Anupama, it's printing correctly. Okay. So let's see what was happening in the program. So we created our test class, right? We have created our class test. In that class, we have two private variable, age and name. Now we want to check that if we can access that private variables or not. I want to check that if we can. Okay, first let me tell you the scope of this. Okay, if I close this bracket, okay, if I close these two brackets, if I close this bracket, which means this private age and private name will be accessible inside this test class only. Okay, inside this test class only. You cannot access beyond this. But now we want to make them accessible. Now we want to make them accessible. For that, what we are doing, we are converting that private into public. We are converting that private into public, right? So with the help of public void set edge, with the help of setter, we are converting, we are declaring that private int age into public int age with the help of this statement. And same was happening with the string name. We declared this string name as private first, right? Now we converted it. Now we converted it into public and declared it as public string name, right? And after that we use getter. We use getter function, right? We use getter function. With the help of getter function, we were getting values into age and name. With the help of getter function, we were getting values in the age and name, and with the return, and we were returning whatever value we had in the memory of age. Whatever value we have in the memory of age, we were returning that. Same was happening with the name. Same was happening with the name, right? So now see what was now what we did in the main method. Now what we did in the main class. In the main class, we first declared an object, Popo. We declared an object. Why we declared an object? To pass value to to pass value to age and name variables, right? To pass value to age and name variable. But you see, this age age and name variable exist in test class, right? Exist in test class. So we need to create an object of that class. We need to create an object of test class. So for that, for passing the values, we create an object Popo inside the main method of test class, right? Of test class. So with the help of Popo, we passed values 20 and Anupama to age and name, right? We passed the value 20 and Anupama to age and name. So this is how this value got value equal to 20, age equals to 20, got into the get age, right? Got into the get age, and Anupama got into the get name, right? And inside that it is returning these values, this dot age and this dot name. Whatever the values we have in the memory of age and name getting returned, right? And now in the system output println, we were calling that. We were calling this function get age, right? We were calling this function get age and the get name. You can see that we were calling that, right? So therefore, in this two statement, we were printing whatever the value we had in the age and name, right? So if I run this program, you can see in the output that let it get built. You can see in the output that our age equals to 20. Age, look at this print statement. Look at this first print statement. Look at this first print statement. We were calling the getEdge function, right? We were calling this getEdge function. This getEdge function. In that getEdge, we had 20, right? We had 20. So it printed as age equals to 20. And same was happening with the name. We call the getName function with the help of this object, and name equals to Anupama got printed. Right? So this was all about accessing a private member with the help of getter and setter. Right? With the help of getter and setter. So please guys, let me know in the comment box if you understood this program or not, and please take the screenshots. Okay, please take the screenshot of this and run it at home. Okay, and run this program at home. Please take the screenshot of this and let me know in the comment box if you understood this program or not. I hope everyone took this screenshot, and please everyone perform this program at home, right? So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From 90 girls in this chat, only six of the girls understood, right? 7 of the girls understood. What about the rest 83? You guys were sleeping? I'm not getting you, Vanita. I'm not getting you. Instead of method name, can we use another name? What method name? Array, see, we were calling this method, right? We were calling this method. Whatever the value it's returning, it's stored in this method only, right? We need that value. That's why we are calling that method. You know, that's why we are calling that method, right? It contains that value. That's why we cannot use another name for that. The value is stored in getEdge. We'll call that function. We'll call that method or that function only. That's it. If the value is stored in A, we will call A only. We will not call B, right? Instead, set age. Okay, we are using setter function, right? Yeah, we can. Okay, we can. So just tell me, guys, what is the first topic you want to learn in the that extra class? That's great. That's why we are here, right? This is the two-way class, Vanita. If we This is the two-way class. This any one of you guys can clear doubt of the another person. Okay, this is the two-way class. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. So tell me in the chat, what is the first topic you want to learn? Okay, Do you want to learn aptitude, or do you want to learn something about programming, or what? Let's discuss it now. What topic you want to learn in the first class? Aptitude, WordPress. Okay, aptitude 2 for aptitude and 1 for WordPress. What about other guys? You don't want to learn anything? Arey, there's one topic left. After that, no one will leave. Okay, I'm not done with the class yet. There's still one topic. I need to know first that how, like, what topics you guys want to learn. Okay, Tejas, we said apti, and Parvati also said apti. Apti from Dharni also. Okay, only Shravanti said WordPress. So we'll start with apti now. First, okay, numeric reasoning. Okay, that's easy topic, I guess. That's one easy topic. You mean leave? Yeah, I get you the topic. I get the topic. Numeric reasoning, aptitude. Okay. So let's once get the group build. I mean, let's one get this group built by Naveen, and in that I'll I'll consider your topics in the class itself. I'll ask the topics from you guys only. Okay, and we do voting in that group. Whatever the topic got voted, we will study that in the class. Okay, so first we got apti, then WordPress, numeric reasoning. Okay, we got three topics in this class only. We will do voting on these three topics. Okay, and after that we will go for that topic. Don't worry, no topic will get whatever the topics we got voting. No, whatever the topics we got in voting, every topic will perform. Every topic, we will not skip any of this. Will not skip WordPress also, will not skip numeric reasoning, will not skip apti. Okay, we'll study everything. That's why the class is for. That's why that class is for extra learning. Okay. So now just a second, I'm opening my PPT. Okay, just a second. For the next topic. Okay, no one will leave. Okay, PHP. I'm not good at PHP though, but still I'll learn for you guys. No problem. I'm not good at PHP though, but I'll learn for you. No problem at all. And this is a total unofficial group, guys. Okay, total unofficial group. No one will post in official group in your of your college. This is for ourselves only. We are learning by ourselves. Okay. So our next topic is constructor. Right? A constructor. I know. You know, guys. What is constructor? I'll tell you. You guys already have used constructor, but you just don't remember it now. I'm telling you that you guys have already used constructor, but you just don't noticed it, or you say you don't just know that you are using constructor at that point. So let me tell you that you declared this object, right? You created this object. Just a sec. Just a sec. I'm not showing my screen, no. I'm sorry for the delay. My PC is quite slow. I'm really sorry for the delay. Okay, so I'm presenting my screen now to you guys. Yeah. Okay, so I guess my screen is visible now. So see over here, see on the compiler. Okay, so you can see this line, right? Line number 25. Line number 25. I guess you everyone can see. So in that line, we have created an object popo, right? Of class test, of class test. This class test. Have you guys wondered if we are writing a test over here, a class name over here, then why again we are writing a class name again, the same class name again? If we are writing that class name once, then why we are writing it again? I'll tell you why. Because this is not a class name, right? This is not a class name. This is your constructor. This is your constructor. This test is your constructor. That's why I was saying that till now, whatever every program you programmed, you use the constructor for creating an object. For creating an object, you guys need a constructor. Okay. So, in short, in simple language, if some lecturer or some, let's say, an interviewer asks you, let's say an interviewer asks you that what is a constructor, you can tell him that constructor is a tool. Constructor is, yeah, yeah. Someone is saying something. Uh, Someone saying something or what? No, nothing. Okay. Okay. So you can tell that interviewer that constructor is nothing but a tool by with the help of which you create an instance. Constructor is a tool, nothing. Constructor is nothing but a tool by which we create an instance. That's it. To impress and lecturer, you can say that the constructor is a tool by which, with the help of which you can create an instance. You know what is meant by create an instance, right? Creating an object. So if you want to impress your lecturer, some any other interviewer, you can say that constructor is a tool by with the help of which you create an instance, right? So let's see some basic rules to create an constructor. Let's see some basic rules to create an constructor. So constructor name must be same as its class name. First rule says constructor name must be same as its class name. So you can see in this program, you can see in this in this line, right? Line number 25. The class name test is same as the constructor name, right? Same as this constructor name. So the name of class should be same as that of name of constructor. Right? This was your first rule. Okay. Now the second rule is a constructor must have no explicit return type. There should be no return type for constructor. No return type at all. Nothing. See in this example, see in this problem, before your constructor test, you have written a new keyword. Well, a new is not an just a keyword. Okay, new is just not, it's not just an keyword, it's an operator. New is an operator. Okay, new is just not a keyword, it's an operator which used to create new objects. Okay, it's used to create new objects. So that's why second rule says therefore there's no return type. There's no return type before the constructor, right? A constructor must have no return type. And the third rule says a Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final or synchronized, right? A constructor cannot be abstract, cannot be a static, cannot be a final. You know what is static, right? What you know what is final. Abstract and synchronized will learn further if we face them, right? If we face them, we'll learn definitely. But you already know what is static and final, right? So a constructor cannot be a static, a final, an abstract, or synchronized at all, right? So there's nothing should be uh, in front of your constructor, right? Except new, except new operator, there should not, there's nothing in front of a constructor, right? You can see in this line number 25 that there's only new operator is allowed. There's only new operator is allowed. That's it. No other keyword is allowed. No other keyword is allowed. That's it. This was few basic rules for creating a constructor, right? Creating a constructor. So now there are two different types of constructor. Now we have two different types of constructor in Java. First is default constructor and second is parameterized constructor. First is default and second is parameterized. Let's see first the default constructor. Let's see first the default constructor. Default constructor is a constructor where no argument passed as data type. Sorry, type or data. A default constructor is a constructor where no argument passed as a data type or data. Let's see what does this mean. Well, you can see this program, right? Well, you can see this program. Come directly to the main method. Come directly to the main method in which you have created an object. You have created an object obj, right? With the help of class name constructor demo, right? This class name constructor demo, and in that you have a new operator and sorry constructor keyword, okay, and sorry new operator and constructor demo as constructor. So you can see this parenthesis, right? You can see this parenthesis. There's nothing in the parenthesis, right? There's nothing in this parenthesis. And now come see the parameterized constructor. Now come see the parameterized constructor. In this parameterized constructor, in this you have passed a value. You have passed a value, right? A string type value, which says this is a parameterized constructor. With the help of this constructor demo, you have passed a value. You have passed a parameter. You have passed a parameter, right? So this is the difference between an what do you say? A default constructor and parameterized constructor. In default, we do not pass anything. We do not pass anything in this parenthesis, right? We do not pass anything within this parenthesis. It's empty for default constructor. And for parameterized constructor, for parameterized constructor, there will be an parameter. Okay, there will be an parameter. So this is the difference between parameterized constructor and default constructor. I hope you guys understood this parameterized constructor and default constructor, right? Please let me know if you guys understood this parameterized constructor and default constructor, like whole constructor topic. Okay, Shravanti, that's great. Thank you, Anita. That's really great. Okay, Pujita. Okay, Tejasvi. Okay, Geeta. Okay, Sridevi. That's really great. That's really great of you. So, okay, Rupa. That's really great. So I declare the today's topics are over. Now you know what time it is, right? This is the feedback time. Please, you guys already have the link, right? I request all 88 girls we have in this meeting, please go to that PDF, I mean feedback link and provide me some feedback. Okay, that will be really appreciable if you guys go in the feedback link and provide me the feedback. After feedback, just mention it in the chat box. Thank you, Sandhya. Thank you, Pujita. Please, guys, I request you to go to the feedback link and provide me some feedback. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, Tejasvi. So I declare today's class is over. I think you guys have another class after this, right? Okay. So I'll ask Naveen to provide you the group link. Okay. I'm not forcing anyone. Okay. And if any one of you guys want to join that group, please you are invited, really invited. If you do not want to join that group, it's totally fine, guys. I understand. Okay. It's not necessary to join that group. Anyway, it's an unofficial group. It's for our development only. That's it. Okay. So see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.